When I make these videos, it's sort of like putting a message in a bottle, throwing it out to sea, and hoping somebody finds it, which is why it's really weird when people get ultra defensive and go out of their way to tell me,
"Stop forcing your bacon beliefs on me!"
Chicken with hot and spicy buffalo sauce.
Burger King, where taste is king.
Grilled chicken on flatbread from Wendy's.
Wendy's?
With kickin' grilled onions and creamy cheese sauce.
French fry burger, you blow my mind. Crispy fries on a fire grilled patty, and for $1, what genius came up with you?
Isn't it weird how corporations can shove ads down our throats without getting that same defensive response? And why is it so hard to get people onto a vegan diet and lifestyle when so much medical research supports it? Well, the human species is still very much affected by primitive instincts that helped us survive hundreds of thousands of years ago, making us terrified of change. These instincts are why animal products are so easily marketed, but a completely new diet and lifestyle like veganism is met with such apprehension and fear.
I've eaten this before and I didn't die, so it must be good.
As nomadic, primitive, half man-apes in a changing environment, we had to experiment a lot with food, and finding food that didn't kill us was sort of a big deal. Now it's just hardwired into our brains to accept that something that we've eaten before and are familiar with is something we should eat again. Despite the vast majority of medical research demonstrating that meat causes disease, this instinct is why it's so hard to convince people to stop eating the meat they've eaten so many times before. But that's not the only thing that was useful to our ancestors but is detrimental to us now.
Members of my tribe do it, and so I must do it, so as not to be ostracized and left to fend for myself and die.
I've talked about peer pressure before, and peer pressure is an instinct we developed because our social behavior was such a huge survival advantage for us. Because being thrown out of a group used to mean having to fight off saber-toothed tigers on your own, now most of us feel compelled to do what everyone else does. And if you were wondering why people are so apathetic to animal suffering,
if I don't see it in front of me, then it doesn't exist.
This isn't so much of a primitive instinct thing, but more of a stupid person thing. If you've ever played peekaboo with a baby, you'll notice that a baby is always surprised when you pull your hands away from your face. This is because a baby hasn't yet learned that things can exist without it seeing it. And some people haven't learned that lesson so well, and when you show them a video of animal suffering, they forget it immediately, because
seeing is believing!
And that's why it can be hard to convince people to go vegan. Primitive instinct, fear, and stupidity. But hold in there, logic and reason will win out eventually. Subscribe to Vegan Gains. Comment, rate, and subscribe. And until next time.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.